Hi there. So here we are, just a couple weeks away from E3, and at this point, the Wii U is out. The PS4 has had their announcement a while back, and the Xbox One just was announced a couple days ago. And I want to just give it a couple thoughts. Remember, this is all my opinion. If you don't agree with it, feel free to say, but please don't flame me for it. Everybody's got one. Anyway, first off, let's look back at the PS4. Anyway, the PS4 looks like this. So yeah, I know, that's just a controller. We actually haven't seen what the PS4 looks like. They've given us a lot of hardware specs, told us about a lot of the games that are going to be coming out, and pretty much let us know that the PS4 is going to be very in line with a gaming PC style of a console. And I kind of like that. I really don't care that much about the whole sharing thing, but I'm guessing for that saves a lot of money for people that are using capture cards to do videos on YouTube and do Uplays and such. So that's kind of cool there. But when I saw the overall PS4 conference, I was extremely underwhelmed. It wasn't something that really caught my interest initially. Now let's. I had the Wii U, and I had a lot of fun with it. I had fun playing New Super Mario Bros. U. I really enjoyed Lego City Undercover, which I think is the breakthrough game on that system. If anything can sell the Wii U, Lego City Undercover should be the game that can actually do that. And I did myself enjoy Zombie as well. Now, along with those games, it's kind of a sparse time out there now for the Wii U. A lot of developers seem to be kind of turning their back on them, which was the exact opposite of what happened when it was announced. And they tend to be going either towards the Microsoft or the PlayStation 4 camp, with a lot of the indie people and some of the developers you wouldn't expect are going to go towards the whole PlayStation 4 camp, which is actually pretty new. Microsoft has had a pretty strong link with the group with a lot of the indie games, but it's changing. It's a changing world, and recently the Xbox announced their new system, and we actually got to see it, unlike the PS4. It's the Xbox One, and I don't mind the name. A lot of people made fun of the name, but that's one of the things, simplicity, that I think works for it. And I was excited when I saw the conference. Let's just take a quick look at the one. So that's the one. Basically, it's an upgraded Xbox controller. There's some great rumble features on that controller, by the way. The Kinect has been upgraded as well, and it looks kind of like yeah. Let's say it is not the best looking system out there. It's pretty clunky looking, actually. It does kind of look like a VCR. Or if you remember the early sound systems that you got, kind of like that as well. But I was initially really excited. They showed the TV aspect of it. You can watch live TV. You can go without using your input button. You go, Xbox, do this and go to TV. Xbox go to internet. Even though I hate Bing. And then more stuff came out after the announcement was over. We soon found out, and if any of this is slightly incorrect, you can tell me. But from what I've heard, this is the way that they seem to be going with it right now. If you buy a game, it has to be installed onto your Xbox One. Now that game is linked to your account. If you want to use it at a friend's house, or even at another system, maybe within the house, then you sign into your account. If somebody else wants to use that game, or if you want to give the game to somebody else, then they have to buy that game, and from what I've heard, at the suggested retail price, in order to play the game themselves, even though it's used. Now they may be working on something with GameSpot to iron that out a bit, but still, it's a pretty crappy deal. It's great that GameSpot might be able to do to iron that, but you personally probably cannot sell your games on your own anymore. And a lot of people do that, whether it's on Craigslist or Kijiji, eBay. They're pretty much cutting at that, making sure that Microsoft and GameSpot will be the middleman, with you having your hands basically tied on who gets your game and how, and exactly how much you make on that game. I'm on Facebook like a lot of people, and there's when I was in a smaller area, we had this video game place on Facebook where we could, buy games from each other and trade and such, and it's kind of cutting that out. A lot of people are upset about that. Another thing that's really got a lot of people angry with the whole Xbox One is that they've mentioned that all those accessories that you got, that headset that came with your Xbox 360, or say you went and you bought one at Turtle Beach or whatever, not usable on the Xbox One. Backwards compatible? No. Are they going to be having selling games like they do on the Xbox 360? Still unsure. That even may be may not be an option. It's really looking bad right now for the Xbox One. I can't see any strong indications of why someone should go out and buy the system. E3 is coming up. Maybe they're going to blow us away with something, and maybe they're going to hit with a low price point and try to get you in there. But for me, I'm a gamer. I've been a gamer for years. I'm back in the day of when there was the Tandy and the Atari. Yeah, I'm showing my age here. But even back then, games were expensive. You think games are expensive now? When I bought Star Raiders on the Atari, it cost me $70. Games weren't cheap then, and they're not getting any cheaper now. Actually, they are cheaper now than they were back when I used to buy them as a kid. So when you're making the decision of which game system to buy, you really got to choose. Right now, I have an Xbox 360. I had a Wii. Don't have it anymore, sadly. I do miss my Wii. I had the Wii U. Yeah, it waned on me, but I may get it back later on. And just today, if you watch any of my other videos, I picked up the Crystal White PS3, and I love it. And it made me realize why I fell in love with gaming in the first place. The PS3 has been the big system for me. And as far as exclusives go, by the way, Xbox has Gears of War. They get a lot of Call of Duty stuff first. It's not an exclusive games thing, but they'll get some of the maps in that first. And they have I know they got a new FIFA game coming out. It's going to be exclusive to the Xbox One. Well, a version of it anyway. And oh god, I'm totally blanking out on what the exclusives are. If you remember them, you can let me know. Halo. For the PS3, there are different types of exclusive. They get stuff sooner when it comes to stuff like Battlefield and Medal of Honor, and I'm a Medal of Honor fan, so I can't lie there. I like all those shooter type games. I didn't initially, but I got into them as I got older, I guess. They have Uncharted, Infamous, Sly Cooper games, God of War. There's a lot of exclusives for the PS3. And it didn't start that way. I mean, when the Xbox and the PS3 started initially on their first run, Xbox clearly had the PS3 beat. They were cheaper. The game library was more robust. And a lot of people found it easier to get into. I like story with my game. And I waited, and I fell in love with games like Uncharted. I actually am one of the guys that did like Resistance. And kind of fell in love with the PS3. But I have owned all systems and all the consoles. I'm not more of a fanboy towards one mostly than I am the other. I thought this time around, when I initially watched the Xbox One announcement, maybe that would sway me to get the Xbox first this time around. But right now, the way it's looking, I am sticking to taking the Sony for my console, the PS4. I'm going to stick with the PS3 for a while, but I'm probably going to get the PS4 when that comes out, and move my PS3 upstairs. It's wireless after all. And for handhelds, the 3DS is the way to go right now. It's a bad time to be in the handheld gaming war as it is with, the smartphones out there, the iPads and the iPad Mini. So those chunks of that niche are being taken away as it is, and it's always been hard for Sony to get into that. Even though the PS Vita is actually a really well put together handheld system, it just came out at the wrong time. When it gets cheaper, I'll probably get one to go for my PS3 and my eventual PS4. I'm hoping that Xbox will realize the mistake that they've made and take away some of the restrictions that are there now. I was talking to someone, and they basically said last time around, when the console wars, Xbox 360 and the PS3, it seemed like the games it was getting more. There's more stuff, more added on, and this time around, it seems like it's all a bit more restrictions, taking away stuff, bringing stuff like in. It's a sad time for gamers that way. It's an exciting time to be a gamer and to see what's coming up, and like to see how far it's going. But as for right now, me and the Snake Man have to make the same recommendation. If you're going to buy a handheld, make sure it's the 3DS. By far, the greatest range of games out there on a handheld system. If you're going for a next-gen console, go for the PS4. If you're going for this generation one, I would still recommend going with the PS3. It started late, but once it bloomed, it blossomed. And right now, I think that the best deal gaming-wise, if you got a kid and you're thinking Christmas and you're not getting them the new console right away, you're getting them like the last gen, or they're still playing that, then the PS3 put out an instant game collection console with a 1-year edition of PlayStation Plus, and it's really, really worth it. You get like 8 or 12 games that you can choose from, and that are free, by the way, as long as you have the PlayStation Plus membership, which you have for a year. And every month they roll out new games. So you keep those games on the system. So you have 500 gigabyte hard drive, which is pretty damn awesome. And I know I just downloaded Sleeping Dogs, which is an amazing game. It was originally supposed to be called True Crime Japan, or Hong Kong. True Crime. It was a true crime game originally. I was a fan of that series as well. Anyway, it's long that I planned to go on about this, but I wanted to just give a shout out and tell you what I felt about this generation's console wars. Hopefully you got something out of that ramble there. PlayStation 4, I'm calling it as being the big one for this console generation. Sorry, Xbox, you dropped the ball. Thanks. Hope you enjoy, and usually it's time for tea, but again, I'm enjoying my Tassimo Givalio Vanilla Latte. Have a good one.